Good evening, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello to YouTube. Hello to TikTok. Hello to Yahoo, Google, Television Land. Hello, everybody. I'm here again, trying experimenting still on this filming business. I'm trying to capture myself as best as I can and communicate the best that I can what I'm trying to say, or hopefully I can help other people understand this better. So you have a situation right now for the courts. Well, it's not the court, the Senate is has an impeachment that the House of Representatives already passed to them. So both houses agree, and then he's fully impeached. If one house is the only one that's doing the action, and the other one is not doing the action, they acquit him, then he is partially impeached, and that's not good because if I was to do something, if the cops would throw me in jail and nail me to the cross. But no, looks like politicians, people who are in politics, people who have some type of leadership situation or position, seems to stand above the law. And that should not be. I mean, there's concessions that can be made, there are exceptions that can be made, but there's a point where they have to be accountable in legal terms, in legal actions, and legally held to the wall and say, hey man, you screwed up and now you got to pay the consequences. YouTube right here. There's probably some people that are listening to me who are moderating this, who are seeing if I screw up or say something wrong or say some foul language, and they'll censor me and then they'll kick me out of YouTube, which that's not my what I want. But some of these moderators, I wish I could talk to them. I wish YouTube would be able to call me, the YouTube people call me, and they have my number, they know who I am, they can text me, they can email me, and we can discuss the situation because I sometimes feel that some of these people who are volunteers who say they're volunteers because they want to be fact checkers really aren't checking facts. I mean, they're kind of biased. I don't believe my last video merited the comments that I got from a fact checker. None of what I'm saying is non-factual and holds. I mean, I could be somewhat biased. That is a fact. I am in certain moments biased, but I want to tell the people, hey, people, I'm going to say this, and I'm a slight biased on this occasion, but in most occasions, most comments and analysis that I do are unbiased, and I try to filter a logic and a theoretical underground or underneath the comments that could sustain what I'm saying and bring light and a little bit more understanding to the people listening to my videos. And those who want to listen, well, that's great. So anyway, that was just a comment for YouTube and the YouTube leadership that there's a little bit more work that needs to be done on all this. Sorry about that. I got off focus. Going back to the trial. So the Senate needs to fulfill this trial based on constitutionality. And Trump did violate the Constitution. Trump did incite the riot. And words have meaning and words have consequences. You know, Robert De Niro said once, and not too long ago, and I'm going to use him as an example because I could use Arnold Schwarzenegger, I could use Sylvester Stallone. I mean, there's a number of people who, even Tom Cruise, I could say, you know, go over there and kill that man, and they go over there and kill that man because that's what the words meant. There's meaning in this. There's a movie by where Steven Seagal comes out there in the Kentucky hills, Down and Under is the name of the movie. Chris Christopherson comes out in it. And the bad guys are saying, hey, we're going to speak to you in plain English because you don't seem to understand other type of English or other communications or other hints. We're going to talk to you in plain English. Get out. That's pretty plain English. Get out. And then Steven Seagal, in the character that he's a DEA agent, and he says, no, I kind of like this town. I kind of like the hills. I kind of like the people. They're nice people. They're humble. They got a lot of common sense. And you guys are taking advantage of these people. Just like that movie says, and what I repeated from that movie, that's exactly what's happening right now. There's a lot of senators, a group of senators, not a lot of senators, a group of senators on the Republican side who are taking advantage of the people and who are using the word people to say that they know what the people think. They have no idea what the people think. Ted Cruz has no idea what we, the Texans, think. He's so far away from Texas that it's pathetic. John Connolly barely knows. In fact, John Connolly will not accept any of my emails because he doesn't like to be criticized. That's how bad things are. And he's a senator from Texas, and I'm a Texan myself. And he won't take any of my emails once they see the zip code. He won't take any of my emails. I'm banned from his email reception because I criticize him. And that is a sorry and pathetic situation that an individual like him, a senator, elected senator, that I even voted for him just to see if I would be able to get some support from him. And he won't support me. And I'm at the bottom of the totem pole. If I probably was up at the top of the totem pole, I'd probably catch his attention because I would be able to donate to him, I don't know, $150,000. That would probably get his attention. Well, if I offered him $1 million, that would definitely get his attention. And he would be happy and dancing in his toes. Because money talks and bullshit doesn't. So I hope the fact checkers don't take that too seriously, what I said, and say, oh, he's using foul language. No, well, sometimes you got to use some of the sayings that the people use. So that's one of the things that one has to take into consideration, because I'm trying to get this thing to work better. Because we are in a situation where if this country is going to continue to be a beacon of hope, the Republicans are killing it. I bet you I can put $10. I'll put $1. I wish I could say that the other amount or more, but I can't, considering that I'm semi-employed, part-time here and a part-time there, not make full employment because I have no benefits, no nothing. I'm practically in the street, and under the Trump administration, I earn too much money. I can't get food stamps. I can't get TANF. I can't get anything. No support. No Medicaid. Might as well just live like a dog so I can get support. So under the Trump administration, he claims that he lowered poverty. Yeah, if you lower the standards, the poverty line, income level, using income as a variable to determine poverty level, if he lowers it, of course, there's going to be a lot of people like me. I don't want to be in this situation. I wish I could get a better job. I have the credentials. I got an MBA. I got a bachelor's degree in economics. I got a certificate in monetary analysis and economic policy. I got economic analysis and monetary policy. I'm certified on that. I got a certificate on that, on a postgraduate program. So I got the credentials. I got the expertise in entrepreneurship and in international trade. So I can talk to Peter Navarro day and night, and I know about international trade. I know how trade works. I know trade policy. I know trade sanctions. I know trade regulations. I mean, it's no strange science. He has the wrong side of the stick. He stands on the wrong side of the table. He's a sham. Peter Navarro is a sham. That's what he is, and it's unfortunate that he has a PhD. He's a shame to my profession, or to everybody who has a profession of economics. He's a real embarrassment. So going back to Trump. So Trump incited the riot. And then you have Alex Jones in the middle of the riot. And then you have other people that are connected to Alex Jones and are in this right wing, extreme right wing groups floating around with radio shows and leading the mob, fomenting and repeating everything Donald Trump said in the rally. I mean, give me a break. Not even in the freedom marches in which I participated back in the 70s, in the 60s, not even in the freedom marches did we have people like Alex Jones saying, "Oh, we gotta go there, we gotta do this, we gotta knock him down, we gotta knock him dead, we gotta get Mike Pence and hang him." Those are words. Those are fighting words. Those are fighting words. No two bits about it. No interpretation. No, he was sarcastic. No, none of that strange, exotic logic that people want to play in. No conspiracy theories. Those are fighting words. Even though they want to flip it around, trial by combat, that Giuliani said in that rally, because I was listening to that rally, to the whole rally. I listened to all the speakers, even though some were boring, and a lot of things were reruns, because what he said, Donald Trump Jr., Kimberly, whatever her last name is, and Eric Trump, and I already said Rudy Giuliani, Alex Jones, and all the group that hang around Trump, all those right wingers, and they keep, and Trump keeps pointing the finger. Oh, the left wing. Oh, the left wing extreme. There's no left wing extreme in this equation. It's only his crooked and perturbed mind that those left wing extremes exist. That does not exist here in the United States. No left extremist. And socialism, he's the one that's saying the word. He's the one that's pointing it out. He's the one saying socialist. He probably doesn't know socialism if it sat on his lap and called him daddy. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He just says the words because they are part of the vocabulary that incite the people. Oh, we don't like that because it's terrible. Who tells the people that? Going back to the Steven Seagal movie, Down and Under, over there in the hills, he portrays, if he was actually there in the Kentucky hills and in the Tennessee valleys, he portrays in that movie the folks. They're not ignorant. They're not stupid. They got good common sense. They might not be highly educated, but they're intelligent people. There's a lot of wasted minds there that have a great potential. Yet Donald Trump beats down on them like if they were dumb shits. Sorry to use that word, Yahoo, but that's pretty much very well describes the situation. And that's not right. That's not right that people say that to other groups of people just because they're poor. So it's a fallacy. It's a total fallacy. And Donald Trump picked up a lot of the lines from movies, picked up a lot of lines from being part of the writers and playwrights guild of Hollywood. You know, he got a lot of training behind the scenes on a lot of things. I bet that he being part of the writers and manuscript writers from the guild over there in Hollywood, he probably passed a lot of things through them and got a lot of input from them being part of them. And then everything he did, you know, he was buddy with a lot of politicians and a lot of crooked people. He was, you know, he was no guy that hung around with honest businessman. Here he is opening, you know, he ran around with really crooked people, and he touched elbows with a lot of crooked people. And I wouldn't be surprised. And they're having Edmund Hollingsworth is looking very deep into this, and I bet you once we get everything pulled out of the closet, we're gonna see that he probably did hang out with and was part of this organized crime business. And he picked up a lot of bad things from the organized crime business because I mean, being a developer, real estate developer like he was, buildings, and he knew people. So anyway, those are some of the things that we have to consider. And being in the trial, those Republicans need to really acknowledge that it's not a conscience vote. It's a vote of wisdom. And Ted Cruz, he's not wise. Marco Rubio, he's not wise. Josh Hawley, he's a disappointment to Missouri. He's an embarrassment to Missouri. I mean, the people of Missouri should wear a paper hat one day just to say to him, resign. Then you got Lauren Boebert, and then you got Mallory Taylor Greene. All these people have no place in Congress. They don't represent the people. They don't speak for the people. They don't speak for the districts they represent that they talked about. No, they don't. They're a sham. That's what they are, a sham. Okay, well, I have to leave, people. You have a wonderful evening. Take care of yourself. May God bless each one of you when you hear my video. Pretty soon I'll be jumping in and talking about economics. I'll be talking about foreign trade. I'll be talking about different policies that are coming out that revolve around business and revolve around trade, revolve around economics. And the situation is not any good. So I'll touch on the situation as we move forward. Thank you and God bless.